What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 14 of Talktagon here on Body Slam. We're going over UFC Des Moines, Iowa, this past Saturday. Obviously, we didn't do a show on Sunday. We moved it to Monday, but it might be Monday for the next little while here. We have Mother's Day next Sunday, so we'll probably do Monday then, and so on and so
Shout
forth.
out to the moms out there.
Yeah, shout out to Mom. And
Legend.
And then UFC 316, I'm probably going to be there, so I don't know if I'll be ready for Sunday because I have to drive a decent
That's hype
while.
though.
Yeah,
It's gonna
I'm
be
pretty
fun.
excited for that. They need to announce the full card because I want to know. We only have 6 fights, I think, so announce the whole thing, Dana.
Yeah,
but I'm assuming they do it they'll probably do it next week for 315. They'll probably put the card up or whatever. So we'll see.
That's gonna be fun, dude.
Yeah, we'll see Marab and O'Malley and probably
Someone
Kayla
else
Harris
probably
win the belt.
For real, bro. That's gonna be crazy. From PFL to UFC.
Yeah, unless some crazy shit happens and she loses, we'll see.
Hey, I've seen crazy shit happen.
I mean, yeah, Pena beat Nunes, so who knows?
That one was insane, bro.
Yeah, but we did have a solid fight night. I thought it was decent. There was some good, some okay, but
some crazy outfits.
Some good, yeah. So we'll get into that. The prelims, I'll be honest, kicked us off in a not the best way. So that was rough. But we'll see here.
Kind of a boring one to start off, unfortunately.
Yeah, we kicked us off with Juliana Miller versus Ivana Petrovic. So I didn't write down much notes for this because it's pretty boring. But what I did say was the whole fight, right? I was just shocked at how they said Petrovic had 13 years of kickboxing experience and way more experience than Miller, but she, in my opinion, looked god-awful. I mean, the strikes were slow. They were light. It wasn't like she was landing hard at all. She just allowed herself to be taken down way too much. And like I said, Miller isn't any better. So I thought maybe I picked Miller, but I thought going in maybe the experience could help Petrovic win. But damn, they're both terrible. This was just not UFC caliber. This was bad.
But I agree, honestly. Won. Yeah, it was pretty low-level stuff. Not a lot of damage being done. Just a lot of whole lot of nothing, honestly. So Miller is coming from tough a few years back, so I was kind of rooting for her to do good. But I mean, in the last few fights, she had not been looking great, so I picked against her. Even though she got the win, she didn't exactly look great. So I don't know. Hopefully, she's able to put on some more entertaining fights. If she does remain in the UFC, we'll see. But yeah, not a good start to the card.
Yeah, she ended up winning 29-28 across the board, unanimous decision. She's pretty goofy, honestly. She's a really goofy person. So even in her post fight, she went to go say something and Bisping just walked away. That was really funny. But yeah, it was just not much there. They just really boring start. And I was hoping please don't let this be how the card's gonna end up going, just boring as hell. But it ended up turning around. And I will say, I want to give a little shout out to the crowd. I thought the crowd was pretty good in Iowa. They were loud, even for the boring fights. They were loud. They were booing, but they were loud. So that's good. Way better than an Apex, so we'll take that. If this fight was in the Apex, oh my god, that would have sucked.
Oh my god, dude, that would have been a snooze fest.
Yeah, but hey,
these crowds are actually fun to go to, guys. It's maybe you guys should go to more different states and actually travel, not just go to your warehouse that you can shove them in just because it's cheap. Come on, UFC. It's supposed to be the premiere. Let's go. Keep it up.
Yeah.
It was back to back. I was like, what's going on here?
You're doing
hopefully this is a sign to come.
They're doing Apex cards, and I mean, by a technicality, PFL is like outselling them because they're running venues. So
yeah,
you got to step it up, UFC. Step it up.
Come on, for real. I'm like, I've seen ONE FC selling out these big crowds. Come on.
Exactly, but yeah. So Juliana won. Cool, whatever. We then moved on to Thomas Peterson versus Dontel Mays. Now we both picked Peterson. I have how do I say this in a non-mean way? Dontel Mays is probably going to get released. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
This guy's not been on the best go around, and he didn't look great. But I've said it before about the wrestling in MMA. Like, if you need to have wrestling, man, more so in any other division. If you have wrestling in the heavyweight division, oh my God, that's a huge plus because these heavyweights can't freaking wrestle at all.
Yeah, like, it's like once you're on top, it's like those big guy to get off you.
Yeah. So as you can see, Thomas Peterson did get the win. 30-25, 30-26, 30-26. Now, obviously, just reading off those scores, he absolutely dominated, and he did. I mean, on the ground, he took Dontel Mays down like immediately, like right away, and then kept him there like every single round. Basically, that was the story of the fight. He's a great wrestler. He was a college wrestler, but they noted that he's working with Gable Steveson, and he's been working on his even more, and it showed clearly.
Yeah, big time.
Just very good, very good. Round 2, same thing. Took him down right away, kept him there, and shocking, I know, but round 3, almost the same. But in the beginning of round 3, Mays did throw a bomb like right away. Obviously, he knew the wrestling was coming, so he threw a hook, and it hit him, and it hurt him a little bit. And then he tried for a flying knee, but got taken down off of it, and then that was the end of that there. Peterson just dominant on the ground. To be fair to him, he was looking for submissions. He was trying for arm triangles, but Mays is a big guy too, so just really wasn't working. Big. His neck and shoulders are too wide. He couldn't get it locked in. But yeah, solid wrestling performance from Thomas Peterson. Yeah, he's gonna if they keep matching him up against people who can't wrestle, it's gonna be an issue. Obviously, if he were to get his way up to, title contention, top of the line, Aspinall can wrestle, Jones can wrestle, so he's gonna have a little bit of an issue there. But as for now, fighting these higher up heavyweights, I'm assuming he's just probably gonna run through them if he can get them to the ground. So
yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, Mays is not the best test in the UFC, but the UFC heavyweights is not exactly a deep division. Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty good test. I mean, compared to some of the other guys that they have in the heavyweight division, where it's like, how are these guys even in the UFC? I mean, at least Mays has a few wins, but not many, especially lately. So I think, Mays will probably, unfortunately, be let go. I mean, just for his own sake. I mean, and then Peterson, I mean, he's on the up a little bit. He's definitely not the most, definitely not the most hyped up prospect whatsoever. But, I mean, he's only 30. So if he can get a run going, like you were saying, dude, some of these big guys can't wrestle. And he definitely can. So I'm interested to see where Thomas the Train goes from here.
Yeah, and also I want to know this poor guy, man. They keep calling him by the wrong name.
Yes, dude. Brady texted me this.
Bisping was calling him Steven throughout the whole fight. Who the hell is Steven Peterson? And then, man, what was the other name? On the Contender Series, the announcer was calling him a different name, too.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson, yeah. That's like, freaking, what the hell?
Yeah.
Poor guy, man. His name's Thomas Peterson.
Yeah, not even that crazy of a name. It's just
not hard.
Yeah. There's some other names that are way harder. But apparently Thomas Peterson trips them up. It's so basic that they underestimate it.
Thomas Jefferson is insane, but kind of understandable. Who the hell is Steven? How do you get Steven out of Thomas?
Yeah. For real, though. It's like Bisbing, I don't know.
And poor guys. There's Thomas, damn it. But he did get the win.
Thomas the Train. Come on. It's a good nickname.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so far 2-0 for me. Woohoo! 1-1 for you. But then we both took an L on the next one. How about Quang Lee shocking the world here?
Yeah.
Quang Lee defeats Gaston Bolanos via submission, rear naked choke, round 2. Lee dominated on the ground, similar to the previous fight we just talked about. He was trying for that rear naked choke, couldn't get it. Round 2, they started trading shots. They were going at it for a second there. Then Lee got a takedown, took the back, and put him in that rear naked choke like immediately. Like once he took the back, he's like, I'm just gonna end it here. Jumped on the back, grabbed the neck, torqued it over. Quang Lee gets the win. Second round submission looked good. Bolanos looked not how I thought he would.
Yeah,
clearly that's why I picked him.
100%.
But yeah, Lee looked good though. So props to him.
100%. Bolanos had lost some submissions before prior to this, so Lee saw that weakness and exploited it quickly. Where Bolanos kind of has a kickboxing heavy background, and he showed that he still needs to work on his jiu-jitsu defense because once that choke was in, he was not letting go, and Bolanos was out cold and had to have the ref save him because that was bad. We both got that one wrong, but hey, Lee looked great. That was his first UFC win, so that's got to feel good. That's part of why I picked against him. I'm like 0-2 in the UFC. Let's see. I don't know. But man, he showed that he belongs with that.
Yeah, he looked really good. So I'll be excited to see what he does next and who he fights next. But good job there. First finish on the card. And thank God, because that started to ramp up everybody else. Then we started getting a couple finishes here. Jillian Robertson defeated Marina Rodriguez via TKO in round 2. Robertson, man, I picked Robertson because every time I don't pick her, she wins. So I'm like, damn, I gotta just pick her now, and I picked her, and it worked. She won.
Yeah, dude, she's looking amazing lately.
Yeah, really, really good. So interesting note during the media day, one of the days I'm not sure, I forget what day. She called her shot. She said she's getting a second round TKO, and she did it. So props to her. She said in an interview with the UFC that she's going to do this, and she did exactly what she said.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering that was only her third ever KO TKO in her whole career. So I mean, calling it when it's not exactly the most common result for you is crazy. So it just shows how confident she is in her abilities and how she's really leveling up, dude. Like she made it look easy in there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's clear she did some tape study and knew something about Marina Rodriguez. And in my opinion, I'm probably sure that she knew Marina isn't she's not a slouch on the ground. You know what I mean? She tried for the submissions a couple times in the first round. Though she did dominate on the ground, she was like controlling on the ground. She just could not get a submission in. Every time she tried, Marina just got out of it or shrugged it off. But then in round 2, Jillian did take the back again, tried for a submission, couldn't get it, so she just beat her up, just ground and pound in the back position and finished her. So she got the win pretty quickly in round 2, and then after that, Marina Rodriguez retired.
I know, but I was like,
damn. And she's not even that old.
It's crazy because at one point, dude, she was so hot, looking really good, beat Mackenzie Dern and Neon Jianan back to back. It was like possibly getting a title shot, but then ends up getting matched up with Lemos and gets knocked out, TKO'd. So, and then since then, she's only had one win, and in her last in her last 6, she's 1-5. So, I understand why she is probably tired of this shit. I mean, it's a tough sport to be in, dude. I mean, especially if you're not getting the results you want. So you could even win and still get beat up. So when you're losing and getting beat up, it's like no fun whatsoever. So, yeah, I honestly picked her because she's still never been submitted, and I was thinking that Robertson, that's probably going to be her route to victory. But nah, dude, Robertson showed that she's not just a submission threat anymore, bro. She can get the ground and pound in there, dude, because she was dominant. And I think that she's ready for someone in top of the top, dude. I mean, she's won like 5 or 6 in a row or something. Let me see. Yeah, 5 in a row now. And she's looking good doing it. So, I mean, hey, throw her in there against one of the best in the division already, dude. She showed that she's ready for it.
Yeah, tomorrow is when they do the ranking update. She's going to be ranked top 10. She's probably higher than top 10.
Yeah.
And
she has a personality, has somewhat entertaining style, especially when she's getting those finishes and ground and pound. So shout out to Robertson, dude. Legend.
Yeah, looking good.
So retired her. That's always a crazy feeling. I mean,
yeah.
Beating someone so good they retired.
Yeah, and then after the fight she won, she called out Amanda Lemos and said she wants to beat her and retire her. So she's looking to be the legend killer over here. She's going to retire these people.
Retire everyone.
So, hey, fucking give her Lemos. Because like you said, Lemos TKO'd Marina. So
yeah.
Let's see if she can do it to Jillian or retire.
Or vice versa. For real. Yeah. Shout out to, dude. She's really developed like really, really well, dude. Like,
and out of nowhere too.
Good, yeah. She's been around for a while, but was kind of like not really taken too seriously until recently. And I'm like, damn, she's really been dominant.
Yeah, she kicked into a different year. So shout out to her getting the win here. I picked her here, so 3-1 so far. And Max
reversal.
1 and 3. What are you doing here? What are you doing? You guys are 100 and then you gave up.
I know, bro. I gave up 100%.
I just wanted 100.
100%. For real, dude. Oh my God. We'll get more into my predictions later, but yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
Then we had Azamat Bekoev defeated Ryan Loader via TKO. Round 1. Man.
This guy's looking good.
Loader tried to wrestle early, and Bekoev, he must have saw all the 3 other fights or 4 other fights and was like, I'm just not going to wrestle. So he didn't. He backed up. He said no, and then just started throwing bombs and finished Loader. He just denied the wrestling, like straight up was like, how about no? And then just started fucking punching the shit out of him. Had him up against the cage. Dropped him. I think Ryan was kind of like arguing the stoppage, but yeah, I wouldn't have. He was done. He was done.
I agree.
Yeah, Bekoev looked freaking good. Yeah, he just looked really good, and then he like started a Twitter account, and it has been really pretty funny on there. So shout out to him. He said he wants the title fight next. That's not gonna happen, but I love the confidence. Love the confidence.
For real, dude. I mean, he came in the UFC, got a first-round knockout, then he does it again. I'm like, I'd be feeling pretty confident too. I mean, pretty impressive. And I wonder what's going to happen next with him because he's really just steamrolled through everyone. So it's going to be interesting to see if they give him like someone similar and kind of see if it continues of him just getting these crazy first-round finishes, or maybe they rush him and send him up pretty quick. I mean, he's showing that he can dominate. I mean, that was very impressive. But he is only 29, so he has time to develop as well. So maybe they don't rush him, and maybe they give him another, somewhat not the best unranked guy, but someone who can still, maybe has a chance. So I'm definitely, this guy's on my radar because if you're going to come in and do 2 first-round knockouts in the UFC, I'm going to be paying attention.
100%. Very good. Just really good. So shout out to him.
Not much to break down when you dominate like this. For real.
Just walked in, punched him up, took him out, done. There you go. Easy for us. So we'll take that. Um, so yeah, we both picked them though, so that's good. We got
Let's
our
go.
victory there.
I
And
finally
then
got a
hey,
win back.
you took a win over me in the prelim headliner. I was pretty excited about this fight because man, there was a. I'll get into it here in a second, but there was a way that didn't go her way, and that's Misha Tate. Yana Santos defeated Misha Tate via unanimous decision, 29-28 across the board. Man, Misha was fast out of the gate. She was super fast. She came out like pushing the pace in her face, going for it, pressure on. Started to get countered a little bit, took some shots, but just didn't stop. Just kept coming forward. So I was pretty impressed with that, considering age and
Yeah, almost
been in
40.
the
I
game for
mean,
a long time.
legend.
Yeah, so
Yeah. One of like the
she came.
first UFC fighters that was a woman that was
Yeah,
like really well known, you know? I mean, obviously Ronda and all the big names, but
former
Misha
champ. So
OG, for real, bro.
yeah,
Former champ.
looking
I know.
good.
And I'm like, she retired for many years and then came back and like had a little second win. So shout out to Misha Tate.
Yeah, and she was looking to go on a title run, but sadly for her, I don't know about that now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, she didn't stop coming forward the whole time. Santos was landing some great leg kicks though, like really good leg kicks. She fucked her up with one of them, and I
For
could
real,
tell it
bro.
really
She was
it hurt
limping.
Misha. Yeah, she was had some great clinch work. Santos did second round. Misha just kept trying. She was trying. She was pressuring, but Santos was just picking her apart with the counter shots. Had her nose busted, face bruised. Then round three, Misha finally got her down after trying and failing throughout the first two rounds. And this is where I was disappointed because Misha Tate she had a win. She had a ground and pound finish similar to Protest Ian Gary, but maybe even more so. She had that shit. It was done. And she took
Yeah.
the back and decided to go for a choke and failed. She
Yeah.
could not get the choke in. Um, wasn't able to get the submission, and it ended up going to the decision. And she lost. But I really, really think she had that ground and pound. She was mounted on the
Yeah.
back. She was hitting her. She was hitting her. The ref was inching closer, and she grabs the neck and rolls back. I'm like, what are you doing? Just keep on punching. I don't know what the obsession is with some of these fighters when they have them in a prone position going, I'm going for the submission. No, just keep punching because the ref will step in.
Yeah.
We've seen early stoppages so many times. Like, obviously, as fans, we hate it, but if you're a fighter, take that early stoppage. Who cares? You won.
Yeah.
Just
100%.
fucking punch her. Like, just
Mm.
keep punching. Similar to
Bro,
Process, like I said, he just didn't do what he should have done. And Misha did the same thing here. It was super annoying.
I agree. Where, especially in instances where they're losing the whole fight up to this, pretty much, it's like, bro, this is your
It just,
chance. It's like
exactly.
this is your one chance. It's like I get that the submission would also be a finish, but I'm like, bro, you're on your way to. They're defenseless, basically. Where it's like the ref will have to step in if they're not able to defend themselves, and you just keep hitting them. You know, it's like even if they're not out cold, the ref will step in if they're just not doing anything and you're hitting them. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's more of a chance for them to survive with the submission because they can just hold it off and wait for the time to run out.
yeah,
But if you can't lock it in. But for the punches, what the fuck are they going to do? They have to move. They have to put themselves in bad positions in order to get up if you keep punching them, or else the ref's going to stop. So keep punching. Don't try for the submission if you're like obviously if you're a submission artist and you want the submission and you have a submission, I get it. But if you're literally punching and you're like a second away from a TKO, why the fuck are you going for the submission? I don't understand
yeah.
that.
For real, dude. It's weird. I wouldn't know because I'm not a fighter in any sort of way like that. So it's like I want to know what goes through their head. Are they just like, okay, I ground and pound them just to change the position, you know, or are they just like doing that to go for the finish? But then they're like, oh, I also see this choke. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are they just doing the ground and pound to open up the submission? So they're not even thinking about a finish. You know, I'm like, I don't even know. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
peculiar.
It's like they're so confident in their submission game that they're like, I can just get this whenever. But in
Yeah.
reality, you can't because the other person also, even if they suck, not saying Santos sucks, but the other person knows what they're doing to an extent. That's why they're in the UFC. So you're not gonna. Yeah, it's just weird. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely weird.
Yeah.
But Misha Tate did not. She didn't win, so it's kind of screwed herself
Yeah,
there.
Santos got it done, dude. It was a competitive fight. Honestly, Misha looked better than I expected her to look at this age, honestly.
Yeah. The pressure and her speed was just really good.
Yeah.
From Misha.
So shout out to Misha, bro, because I honestly thought Santos might be able to, put on a better performance than that, but Misha made it competitive. So yeah, dude, shout out to Misha, legend of the game. Shout out to Santos for getting it done.
100%. Good stuff here from both. But we end the prelims 4-2 for me and 3-3 for you. Heading into the main card.
Bro, 500. Come on, dude.
I was excited
I'm getting schooled.
I was excited for these opening bout because it was the return fight for both. We had Mason Jones, who was let go and went back to the regional scene and then is now back. And Jeremy Stevens, who legend in his own right, went to BKFC, and most recently, got a win over Eddie Alvarez in BKFC, and now back to the UFC in his hometown of Iowa. So that was cool. I went with Stevens because I just thought, hey, this guy's he goes crazy in his hometown, gets the win. But shout out to Mason Jones. He gets the win. Unanimous decision and 29-28 across the board. But this was fun. This was definitely fun. A very fun start. Very clear where both game plans were at. Jeremy Stevens was trying to clinch and turn it into a brawl, of course, because that's where he's going to win at. But Mason Jones clearly did his tape study. He knew that. He stayed distant, used his kicks, used his long jabs. Both were successful at times, but Jones was his pace and his accuracy was just on point. Like he just looked really good. He really impressed me here, especially early. Round 2, Jeremy, he hurt him. He hurt Mason with a nasty, nasty punch. Both were all bloodied up. Both survived. Both had their mouthpieces knocked out at one point. But then we go to the round 3, and Mason, not crowd friendly, but maybe a very smart decision, not maybe 100% a smart decision, decided to turn this into a wrestling match and hold Jeremy Stevens down so he could secure the victory. The crowd was clearly booing, obviously booing for this because it was a very fun first 2 rounds. Mm-hmm. But I do not blame Mason Jones at all because Jeremy Stevens is going to be hard to knock him out, and he's going to keep on coming and keep on coming. So hold his bitch ass down and get the win. Like, goddamn, this guy won't stop. So I understand 100% why Mason Jones did that. But
it's smart, bro. I mean, when Jeremy Stevens hits people, they don't fucking move. So, shout out to Jeremy Stevens for putting on a fun ass fight, dude. Even despite not having the best record in MMA lately. In BKFC, he's doing great. But just another great fighter in terms of entertainment. Always has heart. Gonna bring it every single freaking time. And if you're not game, he will knock you out. And you will not be moving.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mason Jones. He really impressed me with his striking, honestly. I thought maybe he'd be doing the third round tactics the whole time. But he honestly looked pretty good with his striking for the first 2 rounds and then made a business decision in that last round just to, get the win secured. So, yeah, Jones, he's definitely on my radar. I mean, his first run in the UFC didn't go amazing, but he did pick up a win versus David Onama, who's been looking amazing lately. So it's like his resume is looking pretty decent right now with that. And then with the Jeremy Stevens one, although it wasn't prime Jeremy whatsoever, I am interested to see how is this guy going to look from here going forward. Was this just Jeremy was a little old, or was that really a super impressive performance. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes when it's against these older fighters where it's like, oh, was it them past their prime or is it just that good of a performance? But with how Jeremy was looking in there, I feel like it was that good of a performance because I thought that was a great fight and Mason put on a great performance.
Agreed. And I thought this was fight of the night. And
me too.
UFC then did not give a fight of the night bonus at all. So
I know, but I'm like, what is this? You do it every night. I just don't get it. Why is there not a fight of the night every night? I mean, every card. I'm like, what? There wasn't a best fight? I just don't get that.
Yeah, it's weird.
But like only so much bonuses to go around, guys.
Jeremy Stevens did sign a 1-fight deal for this fight. I'm very curious to see if they sign him to more because it was entertaining for sure. He lost, but it was entertaining. So maybe they put him in there again. This was usually we saw him at what 145, and now he's up a weight. So I don't know if he'll stay there or go back down.
Yeah,
or
I mean he didn't look super small at all, so I don't know.
No, he didn't. So maybe he stays up, but we'll see if UFC keeps him around. Maybe signs him to a 2 or 3 fight deal and see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, I almost think it's like I almost think I don't know what they get paid in BKFC, but I'm like maybe just do that if he wants to. But if the UFC
if the pay is better, for sure.
If the UFC is paying better, then fuck it, and they actually want to keep him. But I think his style really fits the BKFC well. So I mean, if I was him,
100%.
It may not be as prestigious as the UFC, but I think that in terms of his fighting style, I think he could really. He's pretty old, but I think he could have a few more years of really doing well in BKFC.
Yeah, if I'm him, I'm taking wherever the money is.
Get the McGregor fight.
You can best money.
BKFC versus McGregor.
Or take freaking Michael Chandler.
Yeah, McGregor
for real. Fight Chandler.
For real, oh my. Poor Chandler.
But hey, good stuff there in the opener of the main card. And then we move on to Surrey City defeats Cameron Smotherman via unanimous decision 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. Solid back and forth in the first round, but I thought City was just tad bit ahead, more volume, more takedown attempts, just pushing Cameron backwards. Got in the first round. Round 2, similar. City was just like like I said, a bit faster, a bit more smooth on the feet. He was able to secure takedowns. Round 3, Cameron, he was trying. He was swinging, but he just couldn't get a good shot in. This was basically the story of the whole fight. I just thought City was just a step ahead. That's it, really. Just a step ahead. We both picked Smotherman, but City did good. It wasn't the most entertaining fight, but he was just clearly a step ahead the whole time. So props to him.
Yeah, I think he was just a little bit more well-rounded and a little bit more did a better job at using his weapons and using his range, keeping him where he wanted him. Pretty much the whole fight. Smotherman tried his best, but I feel like he was a little bit confused in there, like when he's like, okay, this isn't working. What do I do now? But I was impressed with City. Yeah, for sure. I think Smotherman will learn a lot from this performance where City's lanky, dude, especially for that division. He's so lanky. It was just so hard for Smotherman to get in whatsoever without getting pieced up. So great game plan from City to neutralize Smotherman for the most part. And just like you were saying, one step ahead and Smotherman wasn't really able to get going much, City was able to keep him off of him for the most part, control it most of the time. And good performance from City, dude. Definitely am going to keep an eye on him after that performance. We both went with Smotherman. We were both rocking with him. So we were confident, but City proved us wrong. For real.
Yeah, he shut us up, and so did a lot of people on the main card. We didn't do too hot on the main card.
A lot of red on the main card.
Yeah, a lot of red. But one place we both did not get red was our next one, Montel Jackson versus Daniel Marcos. We were both confident in Montel Jackson, and he got it done 30-27 across the board, unanimous decision. Now, I will say this fight was boring as fuck. And I was like, please get this over with because the next 3 fights are going to be awesome. So I was excited for that. I thought Jackson did a good job of keeping the pressure and the pace high throughout the entire fight. And I will note, and this is throughout every round, I was like, okay, I think Jackson won this round. Okay, I think Jackson won this round. Okay, I think Jackson won this round for all 3 rounds. But the commentators seemed a little bit biased towards Marcos. They were giving him rounds, and they were questioning in round 3 if he might have won the first 2. And I'm like, I don't believe that
what
happened. So they were
not much really happened.
Yeah, they were pretty biased towards Marcos, and then I was like, he definitely just looked lost in there. He couldn't get going. He lost all 3 rounds, and clearly I was right because the judges agreed with me, and Montel Jackson won 30-27, so he did win all 3 rounds. I don't know what the commentators were watching, but they were like, I don't know. I don't know if they're high on Marcos or something, but they were going for him, and I didn't get it, but
I just can't stand it when these commentators are always giving their scorecards, bro. I'm like, bro, nobody knows what the judges are scoring it. Stop acting like you do, bro. I'm like, it's just so annoying. I'm like, how about you just commentate on what's happening, bro? Half the time they'll just be silent and then they'll just be like, whoa, whoa. I'm like, bro, you're just making noises. I'm like, if I was deaf, if I was blind, I'd have no idea what is happening, bro. They're just like, whoa, whoa. Randomly talk about some unrelated shit. I'm like, bro, they won't even be talking about the fight half the time. They'll be like, oh, whoa. I'm like, bro, they'll just randomly interrupt the sentences with random whoas to let you know if something's happening, bro. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And then they'll be scoring the card. I'm like, bro, yeah, for real, bro. They'll be like, whoa, this is this. Like, I might have gave it to this. I'm like, bro. I'm like, I don't know.
You're wrong.
I'm like, how about you just don't judge and just watch, bro? They'll be like, I don't score fights, but this is what I haven't scored. I'm like,
exactly.
I'm like, you just scored it, bro. I'm like, that is the opposite of what you just said. But yeah,
it was rough.
Shout out to Jackson. It was a very boring fight, but he got the win.
Yeah, he's on a little bit of a streak now. So hey, good
for real, bro. He's a solid fighter, bro. I mean, he's on. He's been looking really good.
He is good, and Marcos was just giving him nothing. Like I said, I don't know, felt like he couldn't get going. He just wasn't really doing anything. So
yeah, and that's an undefeated Marcos. So
yeah, we saw a couple. Spoiler alert! Saw a couple undefeated guys get their oath taken.
Oh yeah.
But then we started to ramp up. Then we got into the fun. Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Daniel Rodriguez. I was excited for this because I knew these two. If nothing else, they're going to try. They're going to try. So, props
no matter what. No matter what, they're going to try.
100%. And hey, we saw it here. We'll talk about it in a second. Rodriguez was doing great defending the takedowns, stuffing anything Santiago had. He was really stopping those takedowns. I thought was a really good job. I think he had stopped like 6 takedowns or something like that, so that was good. But eventually took a toll. He got tired at the end of round 2, and he was taken down. And that's where I was like, oh no, Daniel Rodriguez. Even though I picked Ponzinibbio because I assumed he would go for the wrestling, and he tried. At the end of round 2, he was taken down. Rodriguez was, and he looked drained. He looked really tired in between rounds, and I was like, this is where Ponzinibbio can get the win. It was close the first 2 rounds, and then round 3, good God, right at the start of round 3, D-Rod comes out, throws a 3-hook combination, and puts Ponzinibbio down, pounces on him for the TKO. And when it was originally stopped, like right when it was stopped, when the ref jumped in, me and probably everyone else thought, man, that's an early stoppage.
Yeah.
Then Ponzinibbio stood up. That wasn't an early stoppage. The motherfucker got up and ran right face first into the cage. He got up and was like, oh, fuck, and ran into the cage. And that screenshot is incredible. That just once in a lifetime moment of Daniel Rodriguez screaming like, ah. and Ponzinibbio was behind him like fucking wobbling around. And this song title, "I'm Still Standing,"
for real, bro.
it's just perfect. Everything was perfect.
For real, it was just. It's crazy when those types of finishes happen, and it goes to show that, yeah, you really were hurt, dude. It sometimes is worse when you try to make a big deal out of it, and then you end up looking like that. Where it's like,
that wasn't fucking stuff.
Yeah,
it wasn't
it's
stuff.
like that just confirmed that it was a good stoppage. For real, bro. Yeah. If you just stayed down, you would have never known. We would have never known. And
exactly. I will say this. Hey, we bash referees like every single week on this thing. Hey, not this time. Props to the referee. He knew what he was doing. Good stoppage. Good stoppage.
For real, very good stoppage. Like, oh my gosh. For real, he gets up. He's like, come on. For real, bro. He's like, I was fine.
Literally in the middle yelling at the ref and his face first in the cage. Like, brother, you're done, brother. Sit down. Take a seat.
Fuck, dude. For real, dude. Ponzinibbio, like we were saying, bro, he's going to try to fight no matter what. Even if he's concussed. He's going to keep going. Even if he's walking towards the cage, he'll fight the cage. He doesn't care. For real, bro.
He'll fight the referee.
For real, yeah. But, yeah, dude, Rodriguez looked good, bro. He showed that even though he had a little bit of a scandal a little bit ago, PEDs, hey, even without them, hopefully he's not using them anymore. He still looked good. So shout out to Rodriguez. That was just a crazy moment, and I definitely won't be forgetting that anytime soon. Because like you said, that picture of Ponzinibbio in the back, freaking stumbling and
half dead like a zombie,
hype as fuck. For Rodriguez was hype as hell. For he was like screaming for like a minute straight. For real.
That was good. That's picture of the year right there for the UFC. But yeah, shout out to Rodriguez. He shut us both up because we both picked Ponzinibbio. Good job there. And how about Ranier de Ritter shutting up everybody, not just us. Everybody. Ranier de Ritter
especially
defeats Bo Nickel via TKO in round 2. Man, RDR looked good. He looked good.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, I will say this. In fairness to Bo Nickel, good God, he looked way bigger than Bo Nickel.
Oh,
he looked massive compared to Bo. When Bo stepped in there with him, I don't think he realized how big he was because holy shit, Bo Nickel was tiny. And Bo isn't tiny, but he looked tiny. God.
Bro.
Just brutal. But RDR, man, looked good early going. He was picking him apart with the kicks and then knees. He was going knees, working on knees.
Knees to the body.
Played a part for sure. I mean, 100% played a part. Going for the knees early, shots to the body, just slightly picking Bo apart. And then Bo got a takedown on RDR. RDR was okay. So RDR does this thing, and this is like my one gripe with him. He'll like get you in a side body lock and try to like sweep your leg and take you over, and it never works. He always ends up on the bottom every single time. He tried to do it against Mearshart, failed, and was on the bottom. Tried to do it against Bo, failed, and was on like it never works. RDR, stop doing that. So he tried, failed. Bo got him down for like a second, but then he reversed it. Bo did jump on a guillotine real quick. Too quick. Way too quick. Didn't have it, and it allowed RDR to get on top. But hey, Bo, a lot of people were kind of making fun of him because of the loss, but because of
those knees.
Him not being able to wrestle RDR. Bo is a great wrestler, and I know people are going to clown because he lost, but the scrambles are what showed it for me. He was trapped under RDR, who's fucking huge, and he still was able to get up because he's a great scrambler, a great wrestler, and no matter what anyone says, he's a fantastic wrestler. I don't care what anyone says. He's great at wrestling. But when he got on top, RDR showed that maybe Bo Nickel isn't ready to get punched in the face.
Exactly.
But I don't think he's ready to get punched in the face because they ended up getting round 2, good scrambles, got up to the feet. Or sorry, round 1. Round 2, RDR kept taking apart the body, and then started pushing him back against the cage and nailed a couple. Like, he was like, I don't want to say they weren't hard because they're probably hard, obviously, but he had him pushed up against the cage and was just like throwing
him in the face,
little jabs to the face. And Bo was clearly like, "Fuck this!"
He's like, "Oh, fuck no, for real, bro."
He did not like that. And then Bo like ducked out of it, and when he tried to duck out of it, he got hit again, kind of backed up, and RDR saw an opening and kneed him right in the fucking body and dropped him down.
Oh my god.
Hit him another time in the face, and the ref stepped in, and Bo didn't even complain. He definitely knew he was done. Those body shots, when the body shots land perfect, the body shots shut your whole body down, and it hurts.
Yeah.
And that's clearly what happened here. RDR. And like I said in the first round, testament, he came out early, picking him apart. Teep kicks, knees to the body, punches, little things to just wear Bo down to where he felt perfect to land that knee. And he did it, and he got the TKO. Bo Nickel, no longer undefeated. RDR is him.
Yeah, bro. RDR, bro. Showing that, like you were saying, bro, you can wrestle as good as you, as well as anyone, but if you can't take a hit to the face and it just makes you uncomfortable to the point where it's like you have to turn away like constantly, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And that was what Bo was doing when he was getting hit in the clinch. He's like, I don't like this at all. You could just tell in his face, bro. He's like, this is not fun whatsoever. This is not how I thought it was going to go. So I think that, RDR showed that this is a much bigger step up in competition than a lot of us expected, us included. I was one of those guys that thought Paul Craig was, a pretty tough test. It's like this guy, Paul Craig, has a submission win over the current light heavyweight champion. So I'm like, Paul Craig's no slouch. And Bo, although it wasn't the best fight, Bo was able to get the wins pretty convincingly. So I was thinking, okay, he's probably going to improve even more off of that. Even though DeRitter's better than Paul Craig, I'm like, I don't think he's that much better. But no.
He's better.
DeRitter showed me that he's way better. Like, not even a competition, bro. It was like, oh my God. That was just insane, bro. It was like Bo was just not prepared for that type of fight whatsoever. It makes me question, like, what is going on in the training room? Where it was like,
well, that's
immediate,
thing.
Bro. It's like
that's
immediate.
The thing. That's what I wanted to talk about a little bit. So I'm a Bo guy. I like Bo. He went to Penn State. I'm from here, so I root for Penn State. I root for the PA guys.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. But my critique with Bo, and I knew this was going to catch up to him, he trains MMA, but for the most part, Bo actually still trains in the Penn State wrestling room. He's here. He's training at the Penn State wrestling room for his fights. And I think that's a massive downfall because he needs to be in a high-level MMA gym where he's getting hit in the face in training, where he's getting
by big guys, for real.
Taking jabs,
6'4"
doing sparring. I'm sure he's sparring to a degree. I'm sure he is, obviously. But he needs to be full-time in an MMA gym where bigger UFC caliber guys are punching him in the face so he can get used to it. Yeah, he has to. It's like when you're working and you get those calluses on your hands, and then eventually your hands, they get used to it. He has to get those calluses in where he gets punched in the face. He can eat it. Obviously, I don't want to get punched in the face. If I get punched in the face, it's gonna fucking hurt. I don't want that.
I want to fucking get out of there too.
Yeah, but if you're a professional MMA fighter, it's a part of the job. You have to get used to it. You have to, because clearly he can take a hit. It wasn't like RDR knocked him out with a punch.
Mentally, for real, bro. He just didn't like it, for real.
He just didn't like it. He's like, this just doesn't feel good. Which I'm sure, obviously, every punch doesn't feel good, but you can't show it the way he did. Like, he was reacting terrible. He was just like, no. He looked like
RDI's like, yes, for real, bro. RDI's like, this is awesome, for real, bro.
Exactly. I was like, fuck, no, please don't hit me. And he's like, how about this? Knee to the body.
I was like, boom, for real. I'm like, oh my God, dude. For real. So I think this is a crossroads in terms of Bo Nickel, bro. I'm like, will he use this as a wake-up call? Let me actually start taking this 100% seriously. Don't be so overly confident. I think confidence is good, but I'm like, bro, he kind of sets himself up when he's like, I'll be a minus 1,000 favorite versus the champ. I'm like,
yeah, I'm gonna say this right now, Bo. You had a lot of believers. You're not out Hamza Chimaev.
Yeah.
You're not.
I think the biggest part, the size, like you were saying, bro. I'm like, he's not as big as I expected.
Yeah, RDR was fucking huge. I don't even know if it's Bo's not big or RDR is just huge as
right.
Like he's massive.
For real.
And RDR is going to be a problem to other people in the division because
let's talk about that. RDR, what's he do next?
Bro, if memory serves me correctly, Bo didn't look that small against Paul Craig, and Paul Craig's pretty tall.
Former light heavyweight.
RDR is huge
for real, that bro. Big. Yeah.
So I think
he filled out well. He looked rough on the scales, RDR did, so he must rehydrate really well.
And also, here's the thing. It's not a complaint anymore. It was a complaint, but not anymore. I take it back. I like RDR. I thought he was ranked way too early. Like, they put this man in the rankings right away.
Off of a win against, like, Mearshart
and Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland.
And they're like,
I love
13.
Kevin, but I love Kevin. But
let's be honest. Like, come on. But, yeah, they threw him in the top 15. He had number 13 off of two
wins.
Not so good wins. His one against Mearshart wasn't the best of wins.
Yeah, that was very competitive.
Honestly, had people kind of doubting him. And then he came back. He did good against Kevin. Yeah, he did good against Kevin, but people were like, "Whoa, it's Kevin." You know,
he doesn't do well against people who can drop.
Yeah, exactly. And then they put him at 13, and I'm like, even me, I was like, I don't know if he should be ranked yet, especially if Bo's not ranked and he's undefeated. I was like, man, that's a little weird, but now I take it back. I take it the fuck back. He deserves that ranking. He beat the shit out of Bo Nickel. He looked damn good, and he called out. Now I'm blanking. He called someone out. I fucking forget now.
He called out Strickland. He's like,
Sean Strickland,
striker.
He said I had the best American wrestler.
I'm like, best American
striker. Yeah, and I thought to myself, that's not true. But but okay. But in the division, smart call out.
Yeah,
smart call out because former champ, ranked higher,
very popular,
coming off of a loss. So Sean needs to fight someone down a bit. Coming off 2 losses technically, so he needs to fight down a bit. And I don't mind that fight at all. You know what? Actually, I not only do I not mind it, I root for it now. I want that. Yeah. Book that.
For real.
Book that fight. I want to see that. So
for real, me too, bro. RDR, bro. Shut down the hype. That is for sure, bro. Like
all the hype has now been transferred to RDR. He's now,
bro. Yeah, exactly, dude. I'm like, Paul Craig took a little bit of the hype by making it a close fight, but I was still thinking, I'm like, Paul Craig's actually good, guys. Let's not be.
He's good. He's good. He still is good. Paul Craig still is fucking good. So.
I'm like, sheesh, RDR. I'm like, one championship showing that they're not the best division. I mean, they're not the best promotion, but hey, if you're a double champ, maybe take that into consideration.
And people were saying, "Oh, but he went down a weight and lost." Well, if you're a one championship fan, you know he lost to Rogue, who was on EPO when he beat him. So he lost to a guy on steroids. He lost to a dude on steroids. So that's a little
bro. So RDR, bro, showing legit.
Shout out to RDR. Also makes, on the topic of Paul Craig, this makes me now rewatch the fight between Bo and Paul way differently. Because if Bo couldn't out-grapple RDR, they never went to the ground in the Paul Craig fight.
Yeah.
Maybe Paul Craig would have out-grappled him.
I know, right?
Paul was too scared for obvious reasons. I mean, Bo's a fantastic wrestler, and he saw, damn, if this guy takes me down, I'm screwed. But I don't think now that would have been the case. I think Bo struggled with the jiu-jitsu.
I agree, dude. I mean,
that could have been a whole different fight.
For real, bro. In his last 2 fights, 0 takedowns landed versus Paul Craig, and then he had the one here, but it was very short-lived. Yeah. So, dude, I feel like he really needs to lock in, bro. I'm like, this is, I said, a turning point.
Yeah, I don't know why he jumped that guillotine so quickly because that was weird
Yeah.
and it screwed him badly.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, he did post on Instagram that he'll be back. He'll do some
I know. I
thinking
was
and he'll
worried
be
he might
back.
retire literally, but I'm
Yeah,
like,
some
that
people
looked
were
bad.
saying like
For
Bo's
real,
done. He's gonna
bro.
be
Yeah,
done.
I was like,
I was
he
like,
looked like he did not like his first big adversity. Like, he did
but
not
hey,
look like it. But
maybe
hey,
maybe that helps.
yeah, I think so, bro. It's like this will either help him or send him spiraling. One of them two.
But Bo, hey, he's lost in wrestling before. He's not an undefeated wrestler, but he came back and ended up winning a championship in wrestling
Many,
after a
right?
loss. So yeah, so maybe the same thing in MMA. He took an L.
Yeah.
He works on it. He
Reevaluate.
gets punched in the face a couple times, and then he comes
For
back
real.
and makes another run for it. But yeah,
For
I mean,
RDR, bro.
as far as like a fight, it wasn't great back and forth fight, but as a single performance, man, RDR, great stuff.
Facts.
Really
And in
good.
terms of upset,
RDR,
for where it's like this is a little
yeah.
bit unexpected, at least in terms for us. I know
Biggest
some people are
underdog.
saying Bo is a bum, so some people claim that they saw this coming from a mile away. Which I mean, I do somewhat believe if some people really don't like Bo Nickel, honestly. So I'm like, I guess some people probably
don't like Bo Nickel, but I'll be fully honest. People were writing RDR off.
Oh yeah,
I saw people were saying I hate Bo, but he's gonna run through RDR. Well, and then they're celebrating. Oh yes, RDR, I love you.
Fact, I had a little
You picked
little
Bo.
money on RDR. Shout out to RDR.
Hey, good shit.
Bro, I had a crazy parlay with RDR and Figgy. I was like, is the parlay about to hit?
No. Oh no.
Yeah, I was like,
oh no.
I was like, off to a good start. I was like, now Figgy just needs to take care of business. Cory had other plans. Cory had drastic
Yeah, RDR, good job. But let's get into this main event where Cory Sandhagen.
This is one title.
Cory Sandhagen. So
holy shit.
Cory Sandhagen defeats Davison Figueiredo via TKO from tap out.
Ass beat, for real.
So yeah, this is a weird finish.
For real, I'm like, that seems like a submission. I'm like, I don't even know, bro. That was just weird.
Yeah, so round one. So I write these notes as I go. And round one, I said this, but it played a big part in ended up the entire fight. So round one, Figgy was like dead set on wrestling and failed because Cory would end up on top. And Figgy was like, I'm going to get you in a leg lock. I don't know why.
I know, bro.
He was so dead set on that. He was like, I'm going to put you in a leg lock. He kept trying repeatedly. And he had it like in, I guess, for like a little bit. And Cory would just like slowly work his way out and then fucking drill him on the ground.
Real,
nasty
bro.
strike.
The ground and pound is vicious.
Yeah, I literally put Cory land some nasty ground and pound from the top because he just did. Like, it was brutal. Real. And then round two, Cory just looked faster. His leg kicks were really good. He was in and out. His movement was great. And then Figgy was like, I'm dead set on getting this takedown and putting you in a leg lock because he did it again. He fucking got Cory down, which I'll talk about it in a second, but I do think that's an issue there. But he got Cory down. Then Cory tried for a leg lock. So I was like, oh, shit, they're going back and forth with the leg locks. And Cory is training with Ryan Hall, who is very good submission artist.
Very tricky.
Especially with the legs. So they're both going for leg locks.
Why was he doing this? Why was Figgy so set on this? I have no idea.
Yeah, Figgy was fucking weird. He fought really weirdly.
I agree, though.
Okay, so here's what happened. They both had each other in leg locks. Figgy had his leg over the top of one of Cory's legs, and Cory sat up. And when he sat up and went for the ground and pound, I didn't even see it at first. He started hitting him, and the ref called it, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Well, Figgy laid back and was like, "Oh, for real."
Yeah, I was like, "That's a weird TKO." But then they showed on a replay, and when he transitioned to the top and like sat up, I guess Figgy's knee just fucking exploded, and he tapped. He actually tapped out on his leg, which I didn't catch the tap out originally, and I was like, "That's a weird stoppage," but okay. Because then Figgy just didn't get up and he laid there. So like, wow, maybe he was hurt. And then I saw the replay. He actually tapped out. So it was not considered a submission, though he tapped.
Which is weird. I guess it's I'm like, what the fuck? I don't get that.
I guess it's like tap due to strikes. We've seen people tap due to strikes before. So maybe it's like that because, I mean, Cory wasn't necessarily attempting a submission, I guess.
It just like happened. They were tangled up. Yeah.
Yeah, they was tangled and his fucking knee popped, I guess. So,
for real, though. But those are tricky. It's kind of like where it was like, I think it was Brian Ortega and Jared Rodriguez. I think Jared hurt himself, or was it Brian Ortega? I can't remember. But it was kind of similar. Where it was like someone was going for a submission, and then the guy tries to escape, and then he hurts his arm trying to escape. So I'm like, that seems like it was from the submission, but they called it like a tail or something.
I think it was Ortega. Ortega was
I think Ortega got hurt, right?
Yeah. So that was weird, but
so it's kind of like that thing. Yeah.
So it was like I don't want to say a downer ending, but it was like a weird ending. But Cory looked freaking good the whole fight. But I did say I had a note on Cory, and this was my one gripe. He got taken down in both rounds by Figgy. He's going to have a huge fucking problem with Merab. Yeah. He got to work on that. If you're letting Figgy take you down twice and try to go for leg locks, Merab's going to take you down 100 times. So you got to really work on that wrestling.
Yeah,
Merab's wrestling is
Merab
no
won't
joke.
be going for some bullshit leg locks.
Exactly.
It doesn't work. For real. Yeah. It's like Merab will just pound you. For real.
I want to know Davison Figueiredo's game plan. I want to know it.
I know.
What the fuck was he doing?
Have really been confident in his wrestling, because I'm like, he must have not wanted to strike with him, because that was my only explanation. I'm like, I was thinking Figgy. I'm like, Figgy can strike, he can grapple, he can do it all. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a close fight. He's like, let me only do one move. I'm like, well, you have all these other weapons.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't blame him for not striking with Cory, because Cory's a fantastic striker. But you're able to get him down, and then you automatically put yourself on your back in order to try for a leg lock?
Yeah. So
why not the neck? Why not go for the neck? Why not go for a choke? Like, what do you do? Like, if you're going to wrestle him, okay. But why the fuck are you going for leg locks immediately right away? Every time. Like, no joke, every time. If you didn't watch the fight, this is not hyperbole. He legitimately would take him down and immediately roll for the leg lock. Like, what are you doing? I don't know if we saw something in tape, or that was like, I feel like I could leg lock Cory Sandhagen, but that was false. I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
But Cory was just locked the fuck in, bro. Like, you could tell he was a man on the mission. As soon as those first ground and pound shots are landing, I'm like, he's looking pissed. He's looking like he's here to prove something. And he's definitely proved that he's ready for a title shot. I want to see it. Even though he lost to Umar before this fight, Umar showed that he lost. So
yeah, this is my issue, man. Cory Sandhagen having to beg and say, "Can you please give me a title shot after his win here?" pissed me off, not because of Cory, but because of the UFC. This man deserved a title shot a long time ago.
Yeah,
before Umar. He deserved the title shot before Sean O'Malley. This guy has been dominating everybody, and then they don't give him a title shot. Don't give him a title shot. Don't give him a title shot. Then they put him against Umar, and he fucking lost. And it's like, damn. And then Umar went, and he got his ass beat by Merab. So now it's like, okay, Cory, you got another win. He beat a former champion, Davison now. Give this man a title shot. Do not let him fight again if it's not for the title. Just don't. And my issue here is, which sucks, I'm not saying he will, but if Sean O'Malley wins, then we got to have Merab get a rematch, and then Cory sits out even longer. And I'm like, oh my god, it's going to be brutal. So the best bet for Cory Sandhagen is Merab win, but the worst bet for Cory Sandhagen is Merab win, because that wrestling is insane. So, and I do think also that a part of Cory not originally getting a title fight was because people considered him boring outside of the cage. But, man, he's really turned on his personality. Like, he really turned it on. He's doing YouTube videos now. He's doing social media. He's writing a freaking book. This guy's, like, really put himself out there. And that's what, I guess, UFC is the entertainment business. So he needs to do that. And maybe now he'll get a title fight. I hope so.
100%, dude. He deserves it. I mean, he deserved it before Cheeto got it. That's for sure. So
yeah, that too.
Yeah,
like, what the
that's the one that really was like, bro. I get that you want to do the rematch with Sean, but Cory deserved that. I mean, he literally just beat him like the fight before, and then Cory beats Pedro Munoz and then got the title shot. I'm like, bro, that was the one that really set him back, bro. Like he never was able to get his title shot after that because he lost, I think, to Peter Yan after that, and then never got it. I'm like, it's like, fuck. But now he's fucking deserved it. He showed that even though he got screwed before, it's like it takes a good fighter to get screwed out of a title shot and then earn your way back there. You know, it's like to take an L and then earn your way back. Is a big thing. So shout out to Cory, bro.
Yeah.
And Figgy, bro, completely failed me. Figgy, I picked you, bro. I had
you ruined his money.
For real, bro. I mean,
I didn't pick
on your head here, but for real, I should have picked the Ritter on here and not picked Figgy. But
I went with Sandhagen because that's my boy. I love Sandhagen. I'm a huge Sandhagen fan. And I've been a Sandhagen fan, and I've been calling him to get a title shot. And I know the reason I picked him here, I'll be fully honest, is not how I expected the fight to go at all. All. I did not expect that. But the reason I picked him is because of Figgy. Apparently, they were saying he's even struggling to make this weight now after he was struggling to make flyweight, which is crazy. Now he's struggling to make bantamweight, and the sad thing for him is he definitely can't go up anymore. He can't.
Bro, he's like 5'5", bro. He's like so short.
But that's the reason why I picked Sandhagen, because of how small he is, and Sandhagen is so tall for the division, so lanky. I thought that he would just stand back, pick him apart with the kicks and the jabs. But Figgy was like, how about no? I'm just going to leg lock him and just fuck himself over. So I don't know.
Literally.
That was weird. But, yeah, Sandhagen looked damn good. Shout out to Sandhagen. Shout out to the Ritter because both
put on a show.
It. And freaking Rodriguez, too. So shout out to the last 3 fights.
Solid event.
Yeah, it ended up being pretty good. I got to look here to confirm that after the fights, we had performance bonus for Cory Sandhagen, deserved. Valid. Performance bonus for Renier de Ritter, deserved.
Valid.
Performance bonus for Quang Lee. Good job, first round finish. And then performance bonus for Azamat Bekoyev. So another first round finish.
Not bad.
So
I'm like,
that's it.
No for D-Rod?
Yeah, none for D-Rod and no fight of the night. I thought Stevens and Mason Jones got screwed out of fight of the night.
For real, bro. I'm like, I just don't get why they don't do it.
D-Rod. They did it last week once, and then it was it was fucking weird.
It's like, can we just have it everything the same? Fight of the night, every event. It's just weird. For real, I'm like, what do you mean? There's no fight of the night this card? What is that? It's like, what?
Like, if everything sucked, I would get it, but everything didn't suck. So
yeah, for real. So I'm just like, why? It's just so weird. It's like, imagine looking back in 5 years being like, oh, this is fight of the night, this card. Oh, this card didn't have fight of the night. Okay, this card had it. This card didn't. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I just don't get it, bro. It's just so random. And they're probably just like, we only have $200K to give out, so we either do 2 performance bonuses and 1 fight of the night, or 4 performance bonuses. All right. Well, looks like we're going with the 4 performance bonuses.
Basically.
For real, it's and
then Steven and Jones didn't even get one at all, so.
Yeah, for real, bro. I'm like, damn, brutal.
But, I ended up 6-6. You ended up 5-7, so I won. Not by much, but I won. But you ended up over 100 now, 103, 65-1. And I have 96, 72-1. I'm going to hit 100 next week. Fingers crossed. I'll be.
Bro, then we'll both be looking like pros. I'm like, hey, over 100, you can't even question us, guys.
We'll see.
Put the house on our picks, guys.
We'll see if I can hit 100.
1/3 of the 2/3% chance to maybe do it.
This is our next week's card where I'm looking to hit 100 here. UFC pay-per-view, UFC 315 live from the Bell Center in Montreal, Canada. Kick it off Saturday, May 10th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're back to our late. I mean, this card was late too, but yeah, we have the welterweight title in the main event. Bilal Muhammad versus number 5 Jack Della Maddalena. And if you're wondering why the hell is a number 5 getting a title shot, well, he is a late replacement because, well, I should say late. It wasn't that late, but it was a little late because we got a pull out here. Injury on Shavkat. Did we ever figure out what his injury was? I don't remember.
I can't remember.
But he's injured, and he's out. So Jack is in, number 5. He was supposed to fight 2 weeks ago or whatever against who the hell was he supposed to fight against?
I can't remember. I feel Leon Edwards. I'm like, they say this is short notice. I'm like, this feels like it's going on for a while.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was supposed to fight Leon. It was honestly more than 3 weeks ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like Leon a while ago.
Yeah, Sean Brady ended up stepping in for Jack. Yeah. And Sean Brady beat Leon, and Jack got this. So it's short notice, but it's not really that short.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jack.
Replacement.
Yeah, replacement fight, basically, will say that. Jack Della Maddalena is the underdog plus 190. Not too far, so.
Yeah. Valentina.
Good on there. Then we have a women's flyweight title bout. Valentina Shevchenko defending against Manon Fiorot. Deserves it, definitely number 2.
Yeah.
And she's underdog. The favorite.
Crazy.
Over the champ. That's crazy. Man.
Fiorot is good. So
that's something to think about there.
I can see why she's close, but I don't know. Valentina is tough to underestimate.
And then we have the legend. Jose Aldo is back against Ariel Helwani.
Let's go.
It's going to be Ayman Zahabi, number 14 versus number 11. Jose Aldo would be a huge win for Zahabi if he were able to get this win, especially in Canada, where he's from. No Canadians in the top 2, but we have a Canadian here. And then we have the fight I'm genuinely, no joke, looking forward to the most, Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. I am so high on Natalia Silva. I'm genuinely so high on this girl. I think she could be a future champion, but this is 1,000%.
Beautiful.
1,000,000% her toughest test yet. Alexa Grasso, number 1, former champ, has beaten Shevchenko twice, and, is no slouch at all. So this is definitely the toughest test for Natalia. But again, similar to Fiorot, Grasso's the freaking underdog.
That is kind of crazy. A little Grasso Shevchenko parlay might be crazy.
Grasso Shevchenko, both underdogs in this fight, is a little wild. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
yeah, me as well, dude. A little crazy.
Even me liking Silva to have Grasso underdog, crazy. To have Shevchenko underdog as champ, even crazier. They're high as hell.
Little 2-leg parlay, about to be beautiful.
And this fight here is not happening. This is not happening. So, Benoit Saint-Denis and Joel Alvarez, it was canceled.
Which is a shame.
That'd be a good one. Alvarez got injured during camp like yesterday or two days ago, and he's out. They just didn't update it, so this is off. I don't believe they're going to have a replacement for Benoit, but hopefully they do. Maybe someone will step in on late notice. Grant Dawson was a question there, and he ended up saying, I can't step in and I can't make the weight on this short of a notice, but he will fight Denny on a different card if he wanted to wait. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But as far as right now, this is out. This is gone. No Benoit Saint-Denis, which sucks because he needs it after that loss to Dustin. But maybe you never know. Maybe they find a replacement. I don't know. His picture's weird as hell. He looks like the character from Up. But we move on to the prelims. Headlining the prelims, Charles Radke versus Mike Malott from Canada. Hey, Mike Malott, huge Canadian prospect, but ended up taking a big L in his last fight, so he's looking to bounce back. We'll see there. We then have Jessica Andrade, number 7 in the division, versus number 9, Jasmine Jasdovicius from Canada. So
there we go. Some Canadian.
This will be a solid fight. And Jessica Andrade, again, the higher ranking, is an underdog. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Bukasas versus Ian Kutalaba. Good fight there. Navajo Sterling is back against Ivan Ersland. Early prelims, Marc-Andre Barriault from Canada's own versus Bruno Silva. That should be a solid one there.
Oh, yeah.
Those two put on the fights. Daniel Santos versus Ji Yong Lee. Another solid fight there. That should be fun. Brad Katona from Canada kicking us off against Beksat Alam Khan. Should be good.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm hyped. And it's in pay-per-view, so obviously it's in an arena, thank God. So, dude, no Apex for like a month almost. I love it.
Yeah.
A freaking miracle.
Love to see it. Love to see it. But yeah, good stuff. Thanks for watching us here.
Yes, sir.
We had a fun card, and hopefully another one next week with a pay-per-view. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and comment, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff wherever. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X.
Yep.
All at Body Slam, and then right here for us, Brady Fight Talk for me, Combat Combos for Max, and then Body Slam Net MMA for the MMA account here. And I post like live reactions to the fights, news, etc., etc. So
our
check
predictions
that all out.
Before the fights.
Yeah, our predictions before the fights. So maybe you can see what we do and rank
do the
what
opposite.
your predictions are. Yeah, do the opposite. Or maybe you agree. Who knows? But yeah, good stuff.
Solid card,
on
dude.
card.
I'm excited for the next one.
Next week. Yeah, and then we have next week, and then the next week's fight is on my birthday. So woohoo
Let's
to me.
go.
And my favorite one of my favorite prospects is the main event. So shout out to Michael Morales. I'm a huge Michael Morales guy. Undefeated against Gilbert Burns. Tough task. That's going to be tough. But it's going to be fun. And guess what? For my birthday, we're back in the Apex.
Let's freaking go. Birthday Apex.
But yeah,
come on, Dana. Just pull up to freaking Brady's place at this point if you're just going to do it in some random area. If you don't care about ticket sales, it's my boy's birthday. Pull up.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And then some good stuff coming up after that. So yeah, good show, good card. Hopefully next week, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.